Good morning, everyone. Welcome to all the distinguished guests today and all the participants who have joined us from Mizoram. Today, we have this formal inauguration of the CyberPeace Awareness Month, which will be launched by our beloved DGP Sir, SPK Singh, IPS, Director General of Police, Mizoram, and keynote address by Sri S.N. Pradhan Sir, IPS, Director General, NDRF. CyberPeace Foundation has been supporting several police departments and conducting this kind of an awareness months to sensitize the people with respect to the cybercrime and how to report and what are the precautions that they have to take. This particular unique initiative was initiated with Mizoram Police, and thanks to the department for supporting this particular activity. And may I now request and welcome Sri Lala Muswama, who is the Deputy SP CID Crime, to talk brief about the agendas today. Over to you, Lala Muswama, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Respected DGP Mizoram, Sri SPK Singh, IPS, respected Director General of NDRF, Sri S.N. Pradhan, IPS, our esteemed Vice Chancellor of Mizoram University, Dr. KRS Sambasivarao, our SP Puela Dinglian Asilo, IPS, members of CyberPeace Foundation, and our dear audience who have joined our program. It is my privilege to wish you a warm welcome to this inaugural ceremony of CyberPeace Foundation, CyberPeace Awareness Month, which is, as we all know, has been organized by Mizoram Police and in association with the CyberPeace Foundation. Mizoram Police and CPF have been working together for the past month to organize this awareness campaign. And CID crime, since we are most directly involved with cybercrime here in Mizoram, we have been entrusted with organizing this awareness campaign in collaboration with CyberPeace Foundation. And I'd just like to add that our cybercrime police station, which is the first and only kind of here in Mizoram, was officially launched by a respected DGP just last Friday. And then the cybercrime police station actually started functioning since May 22nd of this year. Total number of cases we have right now has been quite extraordinary considering the short amount of its existence. So we have around 120, 130 FIRs which have been received by the police station. So I think we can all say that cybercrime is becoming one of the major crimes here in Mizoram, especially with the increase in number of smartphone users, better internet connections, particularly increase in the popularity of internet shopping and as well as online or let's say internet banking facilities. So all these advancements in technology and the IT world has also made us susceptible to the dangers and threats of cybercrime. And it is with all these things in mind that we have organized this Cyber Safety Awareness Month. And I'd like to say that we are fortunate here in Mizoram to have leaders like our respected DGP, as well as other senior officers, who are aware of the menace of cybercrime and the need to bring awareness to the public, and they have gracefully consented to organizing this cyber safety awareness campaign. So, in addition to what our moderator has mentioned, in this inaugural program, RSP CID Crime, who Elading the Asilo, will give us an introduction to this awareness campaign, which will be followed by a speech from Dr. KRS Sambasivarao, Vice Chancellor, Mizoram University, on the topic online safety awareness. And then we will invite our respected DGP to officially launch the campaign with his inaugural speech, and which will be followed by the keynote address from Sri S.N. Pradhan, IPS, DG and DRF. And then we will be closing this inaugural ceremony with a vote of thanks from Mr. Dinesh Obareja, advisor of CyberPeace Foundation. So that is all from me. Once again, warm welcome to all here. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. May I now welcome SR Dingler Silo, IPS, SP CID Cybercrime, CID Crime to talk about the agenda and the activities that we have planned for this awareness month. Over to you, SP sir. Silo sir. Sir, your mic is off, and please on your video.
Hello, yes. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible, okay. Sir. Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon to you all. It is my privilege to give a brief introduction to the CyberPeace awareness campaign. Keeping in view the increasing cases of cybercrime, which has endangered national and individual security, as the saying goes, prevention is better than cure. Mizoram Police is launching a month-long cyber safety awareness program in association with the CyberPeace Foundation, CPF, based in Delhi. The month-long campaign being run by Mizoram Police and CyberPeace Foundation, CPF, is designed to promote and bolster the level of online safety awareness among the citizens. The campaign will focus on all major aspects of online and cyber safety and will leverage digital platform, webinar, radio campaigns, and a host of other activities like survey, quiz competition, targeted at various age groups, particularly the women and school and college going across the social media platform, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and series of webinars by Mizoram Police and CyberPeace Foundation. The main objective is to empower citizens in not only identifying cyber threat, but also in the prevention of various cybersecurity incidents before they happen, and seek the right red vessel in order to investigate cyber threats. The campaign would especially focus on cyber safety of children, women, and parents, along with cyber threats, which have emerged during the COVID-19 pandemic. I hope this program will be benefited by the target group as well as the general public. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for introducing the complete programs. As you know, we are going to conduct a lot of webinars, quiz, and competition, so that, and as well as the CPC workshop, where we are going to train the volunteers also from Mizoram, so that they can take it forward, and do more activities with the support of CyberPeace Foundation. So let me now welcome our next speaker, Dr. KRS Sambasivara sir, who is the Vice Chancellor of Mizoram University, which is a central university in Aizawl. Professor Rao is presently, very good morning, sir. Professor Sambasivara Rao. Your mic is off, sir.
Good morning.
Professor Rao is presently the Vice Chancellor of Mizoram University, India. He did his BSc in Biotechnology from Berhampur University, India, in the field of microbiology, biotechnology, PhD in zoology from Sri Venkateswara University, India, in the field of toxicology and physiology, PhD in pharmaceutical science from Andhra University, India, and dosage formulation and drug delivery systems. Sir has a lot of credits and a lot of awards also. May I now welcome Sambasivara sir to speak few words. Over to you, Sambasivara sir.
Thank you, Narasimha sir. And first of all, good morning to everyone, respected DGP Professor Singh sir, and Director General NDRF Pradhan sir, and SP sir Aizawl, and the Peace Foundation, and other members of Cyber Security Peace Foundation. It was a great and wonderful opportunity for me to be on this occasion. I'm an unexpected guest, I know, because I'm not knowing about this earlier. And 2 days back, Professor Narasimha sir has called me and he was referred by our SP of Aizawl to involve Mizoram University, and like that I came into the picture. I'm not really aware of this program, but it was a wonderful program planned by CyberPeace Foundation organization, and since many days we are in discussion with the Honorable DGP. When 2-3 fake mails came to my email from my email to many members of the Mizoram University asking for some favor in money, and I have given cybercrime complaint also recently to an Honorable Police Department of Mizoram State, to have an inquiry about this. And it was going on since 1 or 2 years. I have been facing this problem. Several times, fake mails are going from my email, official email, asking all the faculty to come into my rescue and help. This is a big common problem I'm facing. It was a need of the hour. What I want to say that it is a need of the hour. Cyber security is a need of the hour, and online safety awareness is very, very important. How this kind of safety is going to come, problems are going to come. What are the measures to be taken, and how it has to be faced, and then an awareness is very much required. And internet safety, or what actually I was asked to talk on online safety awareness. Actually, online safety is nothing but internet safety, or online cyber safety, or e-safety we can call. It is one of the biggest problem which everyone is facing nowadays. And several times the hacking of email is taking place, hacking of our bank accounts are taking place, and people used to call them that you will be getting one password, and you tell us because your account is in under maintenance. This kind of problems we are facing to a common man, and even girls and women actually facing a big problem of objectionable photos are also being uploaded to social media, and several things which are not known to us, and they are being uploaded to causing many inconvenience to the public. And these are very important problems. And because internet usage is going to be continuously growing, and worldwide, and governments and people and public organizations are main concern for internet, because earlier when any letter which is coming from internet without signature, it is not been accepted in our country. But in North America and Europe, people used to accept internet message also as an official letter. Now even in India, there are many instances that government letters are coming without signature. This is valid, like that kind of letters are coming. So that shows that internet usage is going to be very, very important for society and also whole world. And over around 50%, I don't say that over 50%, but around 50% of the people, they say always there is some complaint, cyber security problem, or internet security problem. And around 50% of the people, they say, if you ask every 2-3 individuals, there will be one individual complaining about the cyber security. And cyber harassment also, it is coming up. And it is very important that internet safety day, internet comes, it will be very good. And that kind of latest technologies which are coming up, prevailing, it will be definitely providing us very safety to our internet. It is very soon, I also guess, and even expect that. And it is very important that there are many issues like hacking, and information which is actually supposed to be secured, and sensitive information which will be known to many people. This is internet information security is a very important issue, and cyber security will cause definitely an important point in this, and what are the measures to be taken up. And phishing is one of the biggest problem. And the scammers, normally what they do is private information which is supposed to be like passwords and credit card information. When we purchase something, they will be hacking our passwords and taking our so those things actually and misusing that particular credit cards is one of the biggest problem. And internet scams, actually they say that we get some mails. I don't know about other side. I get several mails like one mail from East Africa and South Africa, like that. So my husband has died and a lot of money is lying in the bank, and it should be transferred to a third party, not to family members. If you can give an email like this, and you will get so and so billions of dollars rupees, and you will get a share of this much, like that, and you can, like that. This kind of internet scams also will be coming to us, and this is one of the biggest problem we used to face. And the particularly the cyber security malware is one of the biggest problem. Malware is actually what they do is, if you click on this particular email which has been received by one particular email, immediately it will be going, your email will be hacked and your password will be hacked, and it will be used for many other purposes. And I don't know, unfortunately some innocent people will be captured by this kind of malware, and they will be getting so many mails from our thick and thin people that I need your help, I am in a danger, like that. This kind of mails will be coming. This malware software is going to be coming one of the biggest problem in internet. So normally what I suggest is, people should not touch the mail which is not known to them, unless it is without any proper name, without any kind of proper subject. We should not touch this particular mail. I normally do that, and this is very important. Now, even in emails, we better not to give our credit card numbers and passwords, everything, to anyone. That is a possibility for hacking, and personal safety will be lost. This is what actually lot of problems will be coming up. And that is the cyber stalking is one of the important problem. Actually, people will be harassment, individual groups or organizations. This kind of also one of the biggest problem we will be having. And these are the various problems. Actually, recently in the banks also there are some problems that have been faced, and the blockchain technology is one of the area now banks are introducing. In blockchain technology, one of the important technology. So every 8 minutes, the password configuration will be changing in banking system. And because of that, the password will be kept very confidentially, and it is not going to be hacked by anyone. This is what actually going to come in the future, the technology. And it is very important that these are the very important issues should be shown to all the people, and known to all the people, even technically trained people also not aware of this kind of problem. And Mizoram University, realizing the importance of the cyber security, we are going to introduce MSc cyber security course from January 2021 onwards, online skill development program. We are going to start this cyber security program, and artificial intelligence and internet of things through online. We are going to start 10 PG programs which are related to internet of things and cyber security, artificial intelligence and machine learning, and the app development. These are the courses we are planning for need of the people, that is everyone who is studying regularly some course in somewhere, they can do this course also as a skill development course. So we are making this cyber security course, cyber safety course as an online program, and we are involving many experts from different parts of the country and world to give lectures on this particular one. And this course, comprehensive course of 2 years program, has been designed, and January 2021 we are introducing this cyber security course for the benefit of all the people. So we hope that the cyber security will get awareness among the public and society, and this will definitely give alarming signal. This particular program, and Cyber Security Foundation is organizing several programs, and they are conducting several laboratory trainings also to the different institutions. I was told by Narasimha sir, and it will be, and even Mizoram University also will take their help, and particularly in training our BTech students at time to time. And I don't have time to talk to my faculty of engineering and technology. In future, we will be definitely taking their help, particularly our our faculty will be trained with the help of the things, and there are many issues like even web by using web cameras also a lot of scams are going up, and unobjectionable masturbation and several kind of objectionable photographs are being kept in the in website, and people doesn't know, and they will be changing the photographs and keeping this kind of problems are also, women are facing a big problem in this particular one. Recently, last week, I think we organized a seminar also on this particular one.
Yes, sir.
Safety seminar we organized last week, and it was a wonderful. More than 600 people participated from all over the country, and it was well received by all the people. So with this, it will be. I conclude here because I am not a really competent man, but what are my ideas? I am just focusing on how my awareness about this safety of internet and also safety of cyber security, and how it has to be done. And definitely Mizoram police is already aware of this particular, and they have a cyber security division, and they are immediately responding for this one. And we hope that with the help of Cyber Security Foundation, and it will be going to be a wonderful initiative in Mizoram, and we hope that in future also we'll have interaction with them. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your insights, and definitely CyberPeace Foundation will be there to support you to set up any labs and also train the people. And as I said, awareness is very much required because the internet usage has increased, so as the cybercrime. Now, let me just introduce our guest, SBK Singh sir, who is an IPS officer, 1988, and is presently posted as the DGP Mizoram. Awarded the Presidential Medal for Distinguished Service in 2012. Police Medal for Meritorious Service in 2004, and Silver Medal in E-Governance in 2014. He has held several important assignments over 31 years of the service. Sir has also served as a Special CP, Law and Order North, introduced and launched the Public Facilitation Desk, and ensured peaceful crowd control around 669 demonstration, 475 prosecutions 2016. Sir has also been a Special CP security, handling security for high-profile visit of former US President Mr. Barack Obama during the Republic Day 2015 in Indo-Africa Summit, attended by the heads of the states of the government of 54 countries. Special CP Intelligence, Joint Commissioner Crime Branch, and Additional Commissioner of Economic Offences Wing. Sir has also served as the DCP of Central District, and he has ensured that the Indo-Pakistan cricket match is conducted successfully amidst the serious threats. And Sir has also been the DCP of Northeast, prevented communal riots and peaceful conducted Delhi Legislative Assembly elections and vote counting. Additional DCP South managed the crisis response to Bharat tragedy, and ACP Karol Bagh led the team for encounter of Sikh terrorist Kuldeep Singh Bitta. And Sir is now at the Mizoram Police as the DGP, launched the first all-women police station, tourist police, e-challan for the traffic, Mizoram safety app, social media police, Mizoram police presence and strategy to combat drug trafficking. And Sir has also served in Arunachal Pradesh police as the DGP, started the first tourist place unit and launched an Arunachal Suraksha mobile app. And Sir has also been the IG at Arunachal Pradesh, devised the TLC security package for tactical insurance. And Sir was also with the Puducherry police also. And as DIG, established the coastal security system post Mumbai 2611 to prevent any such incidents. Finalized and rolled out crisis management plan for the Puducherry, ensured peaceful parliamentarian elections in 2009. He has also worked on several covert operations in the neighboring states as Deputy Secretary, Director in Cabinet Secretary, RA, for more than 7 years. May I now request our guest, SB Singh sir, to please speak few words and launch this awareness month. Over to you, Singh sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Narasimha Rao. My dear friend, DG NDRF, Sri SN Pradhan, another dear friend in Mizoram, Dr. K.S. Sambasiva Rao, our SP, Mr. Salo, the person advisor from CyberPeace Foundation, Sri Dinesh Bareza. First of all, I must express my thanks to CyberPeace Foundation for having chosen Mizoram as the state for this month-long awareness campaign. Why I'm saying it's a very right choice, because when I came to Mizoram last year in August, I studied, it was my first posting in Mizoram as DGP. And when I came to know that Mizoram is the second most literate state in India after Kerala. So if there is a literacy, then people must be using internet. And then I collected some more details and I found out that as per 2016 March, there were total of 10.7 lakhs wireless users. That is from the Department of Telecom website only, and about 18,000 the wired connections. So 10.7 plus 2, that is 10.9. And the population of Mizoram is about 11 lakhs. Obviously, many of the persons are using double connection, but if you see the population and the total internet usage way back in 2016 figures that we have, I don't have the latest figures with me. I tried to dig it out, but it must have crossed 12 lakhs or 13 lakhs. Now with this scenario, what do we do? So I felt that we must do something about awareness here. See, long time back in 2007-8, when I was head of Economic Offences Wing of Delhi Police, the Cyber Crime Unit of Delhi Police was under me as DIG in 2007 and 8. And during those days, creating awareness was a very, very big challenge, because there were very few people who were understanding cybercrime. But now that there are a large number of people, and of course, the civil society organizations like CyberPeace Foundation. So this is what we are having in Mizoram. It's a great thing. And having realized this, last year in the month of September, we had one awareness program for all the students of college students and school students in Mizoram. And it was very well received. Now, the police station was sanctioned by the government of Mizoram, but it was not functioning as such. So with the existing staff, we started functioning, and formally the police station was launched very recently. So we are fully prepared to take care of any kind of cyber crime as such. We have a consultant which is being funded by Government of India to hold our hands. So as you know very well, there are two aspects of basically the cyber crime. One is the prevention and another is the detection. As far as the prevention is concerned, this awareness program is going to be of immense help, because as we all know that as far as detection is concerned, there are certain limitations, there are certain problems in the detection process. It is very, very difficult to get the details from Facebook, get the details from other agencies which are basically located in the US and other places in the world. They don't share information with us until unless we go through court, issue LR and all that. And that is a very longish process. So since detection is usually very difficult, now this fact is known to the cyber criminals, and therefore they feel that they will not be caught. They feel that they can remain anonymous. They do not run the risk of getting caught in the act. Maybe they can get caught later on. So this advantage they are taking it, and that is why the cyber crime is increasing and is going to increase. As the number of mobile users, internet users is going to increase. The second aspect is there are several traditional crimes also which have some elements of cyber crimes. Now, those police stations which register those crimes during investigation, they come to know that they need something, some help from cyber crime experts. So that is why we are training our people. Government of India, BPRND, other training organizations are helping us. But I am very happy that the cyber awareness program is being held. I have also already talked to Dr. Rao of Vice Chancellor of Mizoram University to have a permanent MOU. We have sought the approval already last week, and we are going to launch a very regular kind of program so that everyone knows very, very simple things. How to make password. People don't know. They make something which can be hacked very easily, which can be cracked very easily. So those small things also, several other things we are going to do. So I think this awareness program has come at the right time, and I'm thankful to CyberPeace Foundation, Mr. Narasimha Rao, Sri Dinesh Vareza, and other family members of CyberPeace Foundation. And I learned that this has headquarters in Ranchi, where I also lived some years back for some time when my brother was posted there. And when I got my first job, I was trained there for about 6 months. So I have very good memory of Ranchi. So good to see that this organization is based in Ranchi. So thank you once again. And thank you, each one of you, for coming. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your kind words. Definitely, CyberPeace Foundation, under the leadership of Vinit Kumar, who is the founder and the CEO of this CyberPeace Foundation. He is also from Ranchi. He could not join because there was another secretary from Jharkhand who has joined for their office. So thank you very much for launching this particular program. And now may I take your permission to invite our keynote speaker, Sri S.N. Pradhan, sir. With your permission, sir, I would like to introduce you. Sri S.N. Pradhan, sir, is an IPS, took over the Director General of National Disaster Response Force on 22nd January 2019. Prior to this, he served as Joint Secretary, Minister of Development of Northeastern Region from August 2016 to January 2019. He piloted the innovative program called the Science and Technology Interventions in the Northeastern region. Sri Pradhan is an IPS officer, belonged to the 1988 batch, born in the Jharkhand cadre. Sri Pradhan is a postgraduate in the political science from Hyderabad University and did his MPhil in international relations from JNU. He was awarded the prestigious Chewing Fellowship of the British Council, under which he acquired the degree of LLM with distinction in international human rights law from University of Essex, UK. Sri Pradhan worked as a superintendent of police in various districts of Bihar before joining as assistant director in the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy, Hyderabad, where he trained 6 batches of IPS officers as assistant director as well as the deputy director. His hobbies includes poetry and story writing. He was awarded the first prize in the short story competition organized by Times of India and British Council. He plays cricket for Hyderabad University. He has been awarded the International Award as a Poet of Merit from the International Society of Poets. He is also a two-time winner of the Prime Minister's Silver Cup essay competitions on police subjects. He is the editor of the first ever compendium on good practices in policing in India. He is also the co-author of the checklist for police investigation officers. He is a visiting faculty in several institutions and organizations of national repute. He was awarded the Presidential Medal for the Meritorious Service in 2006 and has been awarded the President's Police Medal for the Distinguished Service in 2012. In 2008, he has given the Queen's Award for Innovation in Policing by the Government of UK. In the recent years, for his numerous innovations in the use of IT in policing, he has been recognized at the national level and conferred several prestigious awards. While pursuing his abiding interest in the cybersecurity and CyberPeace, Sri Pradhan holds a diploma in disaster management and is committed to introduce further innovations and best practices into disaster response efforts of NDRF. We welcome you, sir, and over to you, sir, for the keynote address.
Thank you, SBK, for having me. It was a pleasant surprise when I was told that DG Mizoram will be there and he'll be the inaugurating officer. So I said I must participate because SBK is a dear friend and we have a lot of common connections, not only the Ranchi connection, but the Bihar connection and the batchmate connection. So, and we had a Northeast connection also because earlier in my earlier avatar, I was Joint Secretary Northeast, and I had the privilege of being hosted by him at his residence in Itanagar. So that was beautiful. So that's why I was very delighted to be here. Had I known that you would read out such a long introduction, I would have stopped you in between, but that would have been not graceful. But we can avoid that introduction in the future. Suffice it to say that I'm just happy and lucky to be an IPS officer in India, and that would go for my friend SBK also, where things are so dynamic and so fast and so changing so quickly. When we came into the service, we are by the officers who have retired, they consider us young. We consider ourselves old now because there are a lot of youngsters who have come into the service, by and by, and we have already spent 30 years in a matter of a jiffy. It seems 30 years have passed, but 30 years ago, when we had joined, more than 30 years ago in the service, cybercrime was just on the horizon, and we were talking about it, but we were talking about it as if you would talk about a new kind of a crime about which nobody is sure. So I'm happy that starting with the DSP CID Mizoram Lalmal Somaji and SP CID Mr. Silo, Mr. Samba Sibarao, SBK himself, they've all talked about, and Narasimha, you also have talked about the emerging threat of cybercrime. At that point of time, 30 years ago, it was not very clear whether it was a threat. It was something that was not given a shape, not given given an identity. It was a vague kind of a typology of crime that was coming through the system. Today, as we sit here and discuss, we know that cybercrime is well and truly the crime to tackle in policing. And as SBK was also hinting, that it is not pure cyber crimes that are the crimes of the present and the future, but every physical crime which has a physical dimension has a digital footprint. Every physical crime, and I'm saying this with a great sense of responsibility and conviction, every physical crime has a digital footprint now. So in a way, in a sense, every crime is a cyber crime. The other day, Honorable Home Minister and some time ago, the Prime Minister, when I had attended a DG's conference, among the several DG's conferences I have attended as a delegate, not necessarily as a DG, the dignitaries have said that आप लोग crime को कैसे investigate करते हैं? Phone के tapping से. And we all know that mobile connections, mobile conversations, mobile history, digital footprint can be tracked. And most of the crimes are being cracked by the investigation into the digital footprint. So when I say that most of the crimes, I used to say earlier 7 out of 10, now I would say 9.9 or 9.5 out of 10 are digital crimes in most senses. That is the enormity of the digital challenge that is facing police, among other. Police is of course going to investigate. But what about capacity building? What about the charge of the universities? Dr. Sambasiva Rao talked about setting up new courses. It is not only training in cyber security, but imagine making digital literacy a condition for every citizen of India. We are 130 crore plus. We have the penetration of nearly 50% internet penetration. Another 50% to go. That means another 75 crores. And 75 crores is not a joke. 75 crores is a massive number. And you have to have some basic element of awareness about your possibility of being hacked, because you are transacting with banks digitally, you are transacting with your educational institution digitally, you are transacting with your office digitally. We are all sitting and doing an official function digitally. This was not thought to be the norm barely 1 year ago or even 2 years ago, but today it is very much the norm. So digital is normal. So when they say that there is a new norm in COVID, one of the new norms is that everything digital is going to be normal. I see it in a bigger light. I say everything human is going to be digital and vice versa. Everything human is going to be digital and vice versa. When that happens, everybody who has money in the bank, everybody who has children studying online, every parent who has some investment in digital infrastructure, every office which has some investment in digital infrastructure, everybody and everything is vulnerable. In disaster management, which right now I'm dealing with the subject, vulnerability is a very important concept. Just now in the morning, we had a discussion of the National Crisis Management Committee because there is another cyclone building up in the Bay of Bengal, which may hit Sri Lanka and southern Tamil Nadu. So, Cabinet Secretary chaired that meeting. That was done online, and all the chief secretaries of the Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Puducherry, Lakshadweep, Kerala were present. All the decisions were done online. What I'm trying to get at is that ultimately there is a reset. One of my seniors I met at a party told me, and it stuck with me, that there is a life reset. Right, just like you reset some machine, there is a life reset, and the reset is your digital profile is more real than your human profile. Your digital profile is more real than the human profile. Whatever is human is now transformed into digital, including love and hate, including ransom, kidnapping. So the 5 most common crimes today in the digital world are phishing. It starts with the PH. Why PH? Because it started with phone, PH for phone. And now it is not the landline phone, it's the mobile phone. It's not the phone necessarily, it can be the net. So it is actually about phishing. Just like fishing, you are fishing in the troubled waters. The criminal is fishing in troubled waters. But it is with a PH because it uses a communication line. And I have this favorite, I never tire of repeating, that when the world is networked, when the humans are networked with invisible lines, like SBK and I are meeting, we met physically in Itanagar last year or year before that, but we are meeting now digitally, and it will feel like a physical meeting because I would say to my friends or batchmates when I meet again that hum log mile the. And that is how it is going to be. Digital is going to be the real thing. It is the human. It has replaced human physical meeting. So phishing, then website spoofing. That is the second most common cybercrime. The third is ransomware. And I was interested in talking about it because ransomware, SBK knows he's from Bihar. He has a Jharkhand and Bihar connection both. When I was an ASP in Sasaram, on a daily basis, I used to be asked by my ASP to run after kidnappers who had taken somebody, some rice mill owner, somebody had been taken, and I would go and start walking for days together because they used to walk for days together with the victim. It was kidnapping for ransom. It was a physical kidnapping. Today, you don't have to kidnap anyone. You just kidnap their identity. It is an identity kidnapping. You kidnap a person physically, you are kidnapping his identity. And his parents and his family members are crying that give me back that identity in person, physically. Today, a person's identity is kidnapped digitally without touching him. And then he begs for the return of that identity, and ransomware is demanded. Ransom is demanded because you have taken possession of somebody's identity or somebody's finances, and you would not let go of it. It's a cost. The fourth is malware. We all know malware is everywhere. And the fifth is, this is very interesting and very close to my heart in terms of the research I want to do, is Internet of Things. We talk of artificial intelligence, we talk of machine learning. What is happening today in disaster response? We are able to place the NDRF teams well in advance because somewhere the IMD uses a very fantastic and efficient grid of Internet of Things. There are sensors in the sea placed up on the ships, on the Coast Guard buoys, on the life buoys. There are sensors on land. There are computers, supercomputers at the back end of the IMD crunching data, doing machine learning, throwing up patterns because of artificial intelligence. Data analytics is a norm there. And today, the IMD is able to predict exactly, because of the machine capability and the cyber capability, exactly the path of the cyclone, the timing of the cyclone, when it will land, where it will land, and at what speed the winds will be when it lands. This is all machine. This is all cyber intelligence. So everything is going on the cyber platform. The digital platform is the real platform. So when we started the Cyber Defense Research Center, SBK may be interested to know and maybe curious to know that Vineet Kumar, who is the head of the CyberPeace Foundation, was just 17 when we took him under our wings in Jharkhand. And we set up the Cyber Defense Research Center, CDRC, which was one of its kind. It was well before its time, I think now, but I am glad that we started it. We, in fact, surrendered some posts of assistant sub-inspectors and sub-inspectors to get consultants at that time. Such was the drive that we sustained for some time at least. And it was good that the government of the day and some people in the government agreed with us. The CDRC now stands closed in Jharkhand. So that is also a problem. You know, when you are trying to match a challenge, new challenge with a new innovation, the innovation itself is questioned, or innovation itself is discontinued because enough people don't understand or buy in. It will continue to be the same because the gap between our preparedness and police and the challenge of the crime, if 9.9 or 9.5 out of 10 crimes has a digital footprint, obviously 9.9 out of 10 police personnel should be cyber aware, at least a threshold awareness. That is not the case. So the gap is enormous. The challenge is enormous. But there is also some silver lining. In a state like Kerala, for example, you compared Kerala and Mizoram. I'm happy that Mizoram is the second most literate state after Kerala. And probably that is why it has the best chance of catching up. Because I was looking at the internet traffic and also the e-commerce traffic. Mizoram has a lot of e-commerce, online procurement, online buying. It is because there is literacy and there is awareness. Now, this awareness can be converted into cyber awareness also, because it's a aware population, it's an educated population, it's a literate population. That literacy, which is physical, can be converted into digital literacy more easily because the platform is there. That's why in Kerala, the Kerala police is a pioneer. We started the Cyber Defense Research Center. They borrowed our idea from Jharkhand, but they could implement it. And now they have this cyber dome where private parties, private entities, public entities, government departments, and private persons, along with police, are working together to develop a cyber crime ecosystem, cyber crime investigated ecosystem, cyber crime awareness ecosystem. This is possible because the population is aware, the government is aware, the officers are aware, but mostly it is because the citizens are aware. The citizens are aware and are supporting this initiative. Mizoram has this possibility, and I'm sure with SBK heading, being at the helm, he'll be able to drive it with the population which is very aware and officers who are very aware. So to just sum up, what I'm trying to say is, first of all, there is hardly any crime which does not have a digital footprint. Second, that all the top 5 crimes, they are all based on exploiting the human weakness, whether it is phishing, whether it is website spoofing, whether it's ransomware, whether it is malware, it is IoT hacking. There is some human weakness that is being exploited. So ultimately, we should not see digital crime as a crime which happened in the cyberspace. It's actually happening in the human space. It's in your minds that it is happening. It is exploiting. That's why it's called social engineering. And who would know better than I, because I was handling the CID in Jharkhand, and before that, I had set up the CDRC. And there is already a serial by the name of Jamtada in Netflix. And Jamtada happens to be, SBK knows, is a district in Jharkhand, just near Dhanbad. And what is Jamtada famous or infamous for? It's infamous for social engineering. People pick up the phone, call up all the account holders in SBI, ask them about their bank account numbers, and there are many people who part with their PIN code, pins, etc., and details of the bank account and the cards. And then, because of the social engineering, which is done by neo-literate people, semi-literate or neo-literate people, young people who are workers, basically menial workers who were in Delhi and elsewhere, they have come back to this village in Jamtada, and they would sit with a phone, only a mobile phone or several mobile phones, and they would do social engineering and exploit people and take away their money. So the second point I said is it's a human weakness that is being exploited. And the third point is, and this is the challenge for all of us here because we are looking at cyber investigation, there is a huge gap between capability and requirement. The requirement is when you have 99% of the 95% of the crimes having a cyber or a digital footprint, you can imagine the requirement. I was the first one to, object to the decision in Jharkhand that only a few constables can be trained everywhere. I said, you may train a few constables or a few officers in investigation skills, in cyber investigation, but you have to train every constable and every officer in a basic threshold level skill of cyber awareness or computer awareness. So this is the main challenge that we are facing, and I'm very happy that CyberPeace Foundation is going around trying to evangelize this awareness. It is a drop in the ocean, but this drop is required, and we all know that ultimately it matters to those who have been touched by this drop of awareness. So we must continue this mission, and we have spent 10, 15 years in the CyberPeace Foundation. I think there may be 50 years work ahead of us, and that also may not be enough. But we must continue in this drive, and with people like SBK at the helm and people and the team of CyberPeace Foundation, the team of Mizoram Police, just like we had just finished with Delhi Police, I think the CyberPeace Foundation will have more and more scope and more work. And people are now coming around to the fact that not only they as parents, but their children should be equally aware of the dangers of cyber world. Because if you're not aware, you are a victim. So either you are an aware citizen or you are a victim. I think the choice is clear. You cannot be a victim. So with that message, I think I thank the CyberPeace Foundation, thank the Mizoram Police. Personal thanks to SBK for having me. And I'm sure this partnership with the academia, like with Dr. Sambasiva Rao and other institutions, it has to be together, because the last point just I wanted to make is the message of the world is, and that is also the message in disaster response. That is the parallel I'm taking. Nobody is a non-stakeholder. Please mark my words. Nobody is a non-stakeholder. Everybody is a stakeholder. It matters for disaster response. The best disaster response happens in those states where the people are disaster aware. They know what to do when the disaster is coming. Similarly, the best cyber response would be in those societies which are cyber aware. There is no second opinion about it. There's no second option in it. So either we do it or we become permanent victims. So I think with that message, I'd like to close. Thank you very much, Narasimhajit, and thank you everyone on the panel. Thank you and God bless. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Pradhan, sir, for your wonderful insights. And as you said, the digital identities has to be safeguarded, and everybody is a stakeholder. And CyberPeace Foundation is supporting every stakeholder, whether it's related to the capacity building, creating awareness, with respect to policy and all, we are there. And we also request the Mizoram Police to take it forward, so that we are there to support you in all your endeavors in the future also. With these words, may I now invite our advisor, CyberPeace Foundation, Sri Dinesh Bareja ji. Over to you, Dinesh Bareja ji, advisor, CyberPeace Foundation, for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Narasimha. And thank you very much to all the dignitaries for joining us today and the launch of the CyberPeace Awareness Month. I am very sure that, there is going to be awesome or tremendous success in Mizoram. And I must say that the last half an hour, 45 minutes, I've been sitting here listening to you gentlemen, and, it raises expectations as well as, I would say, the vision or that we are going to be successful in our mission over here. And starting off with the DSP CID Lalma Sama, his welcome note, where he was, expressed the information about the growing cyber crimes in Mizoram, and which, when I tie it up with what Singh Saab said, DGP Mizoram, about the level of literacy in the state, maybe tying that, and again, going to what Pradhan sir said about the setup of the CDRC and Cyberdome, and the growing, I would say, need of awareness in the state. We should not go the Jamtara way,
it should go diametrically opposite. So in the sense that it sets up the example that even, because it is an easy way to crime, as all of you would agree. And the literate population should not really, add up to the cyber crimes over there, but actually should contribute towards being cyber aware. So, and of course, great thanks to Dr. Samasiva Rao, VC at Mizoram University. Very, very, I would say, progressive steps in terms of the courses which they are launching. And I'm sure that will add to the, overall, of course, cyber awareness in the state. And I shouldn't forget Silo sir, SPCID. And his term, of course, was need of the hour. Absolutely right, sir. Bang on the head. Need of the hour. And, I do hope that our contribution, along with your on-ground teams, we will be able to sort of help you and work with you to achieve, or I would say, grow the level of awareness in the state and make it crime-free to the largest extent possible. And as Pradhan sir said about being disaster aware and that being the sort of panacea for, reaching a sort of a crime-free, cyber crime-free status, I would just like to say that, of course, cyber crime or a cyber attack is as much a disaster in anybody in a personal life or even in the, at a national level, if it happens, or a state level. And very, very apt, I would say, to borrow the credo from the NDRF to sort of make Mizoram also totally cybercrime aware, so that the cybercrime awareness converts into a cybercrime free state where people are able to sort of respond to any impending disaster or any sort of attacks like you had talked about, phishing and other things like that. So, and just before I close down, I would just like to make one small point for Dr. Samasiva Roy. Dr. Samasiva, he said that he's not qualified to give advice. I'm so, I was very, I would say, I think that's a very humble statement on his part because of the amount of advice which he gave in the 10 minutes which he was speaking. Because, he encapsulated the complete crime scenario out of cyber crimes. And having been a victim or having, faced the attacks, email attacks. So, sir, you are not, I think you are very much ahead of with us, in this sort of thing. And thank you very much, all of you once again, for being with us. And wishing the CyberPeace Awareness Month, Mizoram, a great success. And thanks once again, sir. Back to you, Nasima.
Thank you.
Thank you all the dignitaries for sparing your time and joining us. And we hope that with Mizoram Police, together with Mizoram, doing a lot of impactful programs with your support. Just for your information, tomorrow we are going to have a webinar at 11 o'clock where we are talking about